Imagine this. You have a story in your head. A story so vivid, so cinematic, so breathtaking that every time you close your eyes, you can see it playing out like a Hollywood blockbuster. The problem? You have no camera crew, no actors, no studio, no budget, not even a single light stand. For most of human history, that story would have stayed locked inside your mind forever. But right now today something extraordinary is happening. Something that is quietly rewriting every rule about what it means to make a film. A new generation of artificial intelligence tools is handing the power of a full film studio to anyone with a laptop and an idea. No crew, no set, no compromise. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly how it works, what tools are leading the revolution, and why the next great film might be made by someone who has never once held a camera in their life. For over a century, making a movie meant one thing: resources. Enormous, almost unimaginable resources. A major Hollywood production costs hundreds of millions of dollars. It employs thousands of people. It requires years of pre-production, months of principal photography, and more months of post-production before a single frame reaches an audience. That world still exists. But beside it, quietly at first, and now with tremendous speed, a parallel world has emerged. This is the world of AI filmmaking. And it is not a toy. It is not a novelty. It is a genuine, working, rapidly maturing ecosystem of tools that can generate video, synthesize voices, compose music, write scripts, animate characters, and stitch it all together into something that would have required a full production house just 5 years ago. This video is your complete guide to that ecosystem. We are going to walk through the most powerful next-generation AI video and filmmaking tools available right now. We will look at what each one does, how creators are using them in the real world, and what the combination of all of them means for the future of storytelling. Whether you are a filmmaker, a content creator, an entrepreneur, a teacher, or simply someone with a story to tell, this is the moment you have been waiting for. Let us begin. To understand why AI filmmaking matters so much, you need to understand the barrier it is tearing down. Making a film has always been two things at once: a creative act and a logistical one. The creative part is the part every storyteller lives for. The ideas, the characters, the emotion, the meaning. The logistical part, the cameras, the locations, the lighting rigs, the post-production pipelines, the insurance, the permits, that is what has historically separated the people who get to tell stories on screen from those who do not. Skill alone was never enough. You also needed access. You needed money, connections, equipment, and an entire team of specialists who had spent years learning their craft. The digital revolution helped. Consumer cameras got better. Editing software became affordable. YouTube gave creators a platform. But even then, the gap between an amateur video and something that felt truly cinematic, truly professional, remained enormous. What artificial intelligence is doing right now is collapsing that gap in real time. It is taking tasks that once required specialists, cinematography, visual effects, sound design, musical scoring, voiceover, and making them accessible through prompts, sliders, and clicks. It is not replacing creativity. It is removing the logistical wall that stood between creativity and execution. The result is a new kind of filmmaker. Someone who thinks less about how to operate equipment and more about what story they want to tell. Someone who uses AI not as a shortcut, but as a collaborator. A studio in a box. An infinite creative partner that never sleeps, never complains, and never runs over budget. That shift is what we are exploring today. Let us start with the most visible and dramatic category of AI filmmaking tools: text-to-video generation. Just a few years ago, asking a computer to generate a moving image from a written description was science fiction. Today, it is something you can do from your browser in minutes. Tools like Sora from OpenAI, Runway's Gen series, Kling, Pika, and Luma Dream Machine have each pushed the boundary of what AI-generated video looks like. The results are no longer crude or obviously artificial. They are cinematic, textured, emotionally resonant. They respond to lighting instructions, camera movement requests, and mood descriptions with increasing accuracy. You type a prompt. The AI generates a clip. You refine, extend, and combine those clips. And what you end up with is original footage that has never been shot, because it has never needed to be. This is not just useful for indie filmmakers. Major advertising agencies are using these tools to produce campaign footage without expensive shoots. Educators are using them to visualize historical events that were never recorded. Game developers are using them to prototype cutscenes before a single line of engine code is written. The key insight is this: AI video generation does not mean one tool does everything. It means you have a new kind of raw material. You prompt for the scenes you need. You iterate until they match your vision. And then you build from there. The quality is improving at a pace that is difficult to overstate. Clips that looked like art projects 18 months ago now look like production footage. And they will look even better 6 months from now. A great film begins long before any camera rolls, or in this case, long before any render begins. It begins with a script. AI writing tools have become genuinely powerful creative collaborators. Tools like Claude, ChatGPT, and dedicated screenwriting assistants can help you develop story ideas, punch up dialogue, structure 3-act narratives, and work through plot problems that have kept you stuck for weeks. But the integration goes deeper than just text. AI storyboarding tools can now take a written scene description and generate a visual storyboard, a sequence of panels that show how the scene might look, what the camera framing might be, and how the characters move through the space. Tools like Canva's AI features, Udio for audio storytelling, and dedicated AI storyboard generators mean that the gap between imagination and visualization is closing fast. You can write a scene, see it as a storyboard, generate reference images, and then prompt a video generation tool to bring it to life, all within a single afternoon. What this means in practice is that the pre-production phase, historically one of the most time-consuming and expensive parts of filmmaking, can now happen at the speed of thought. You are no longer waiting weeks for a storyboard artist to deliver pencil sketches. You are iterating in real time, testing ideas before you commit to generating a full scene. This is pre-production democratized. And it is changing the way stories get developed from the very first word. Once you have your visuals, you need a voice. And here, too, artificial intelligence has transformed what is possible. AI voice generation has matured from the robotic monotone of early text-to-speech into something genuinely moving. Platforms like 11 Labs, PlayHT, and Muff allow creators to generate high-quality narration and character dialogue in dozens of languages and accents, with emotional range, natural pacing, and tonal variation that was, until very recently, only achievable by hiring professional voice actors. You type your script. You select a voice. You adjust the pace, the warmth, the emphasis. And within seconds, you have broadcast-quality audio that sits cleanly under your visuals. For documentary-style content, exactly the kind of production we are discussing today, this is transformative. It means you can produce a polished, professional voiceover without a recording booth, a microphone, or a single vocal take. But the applications go further. For narrative films, AI voice tools can give characters their own distinct voices, hold those voices consistently across scenes, and even adapt tone based on emotional context. You can cast your film without casting anyone. The ethical questions around AI voice, particularly around consent and the rights of human voice actors, are real and important. Responsible creators are engaging with those questions seriously. But as a creative tool, the capability is extraordinary, and it is already being used to produce content that moves audiences. A film without music is a film without a heartbeat. The score is what tells an audience how to feel. It is what makes a tense scene unbearable, a reunion scene weep-worthy, and a final shot transcendent. For independent creators, licensed music has always been a minefield, expensive, complicated, and full of legal risk. And original composition, even for short-form content, requires hiring a composer and waiting. AI music composition tools have changed that equation entirely. Platforms like Suno, Udio, and SoundRaw allow creators to generate original, royalty-free music in virtually any style, genre, or mood, often within seconds. You describe what you need: a tense, building orchestral piece with a minor key and sparse percussion, or a warm, nostalgic acoustic guitar melody, or a pulsing electronic score with cinematic tension. The AI generates it. You refine it. You own it. The music is original. It does not exist anywhere else. And it can be precisely matched to the emotional arc of your story. Some AI music tools now go even further, allowing you to synchronize generated music to the timing of a video clip, so the score swells exactly when your scene calls for it, without any manual editing required. What this means for the AI filmmaker is simple. You now have access to a composer on demand. Every scene can have the score it deserves, not the score you could afford. What makes the current moment so extraordinary is not any single one of these tools. It is the way they combine. Think about what a complete AI film pipeline looks like today. You start with a story idea. You develop it into a full script using an AI writing assistant. You generate storyboard panels to visualize your scenes. You use a text-to-video tool to generate the raw footage for each scene. You create voiceover narration with an AI voice platform. You compose a score using an AI music tool. You edit and assemble everything in a video editing platform like CapCut, DaVinci Resolve, or Adobe Premiere. And you add finishing touches, color grading, sound design, visual effects, using AI-assisted tools within those same platforms. The entire pipeline from blank page to finished film can now be completed by one person working alone. This is not hypothetical. Creators around the world are already doing this. Short films, documentaries, music videos, branded content, children's animation, educational series. The output is real, the audiences are real, and the emotional impact is real. The critical skill in this new world is not technical. It is curatorial. It is the ability to prompt effectively, to recognize quality, to iterate intelligently, and to make creative decisions with confidence. The tools do not replace the filmmaker's eye. They amplify it. The question is no longer whether you can afford to make your film. The question is whether you have a story worth telling. This is not a technology being developed in a lab somewhere, waiting to be released into the world. It is here. It is being used. And the results are already starting to challenge assumptions about what professional content looks like. Independent filmmakers are producing short films entirely with AI-generated visuals that are being accepted into film festivals. Documentary creators with zero budget are producing narrated, visually rich explorations of history, science, and culture that are drawing millions of views. Educators are building entire video lesson libraries without filming a single class. Novelists are adapting their books into visual chapter previews that exist nowhere else in the world. What these creators share is not technical expertise. Many of them had no background in film or video production at all. What they share is a willingness to experiment, to iterate, and to trust their own storytelling instincts. The tools are imperfect. AI video still has limitations. Hands, faces, and complex motion remain areas where quality can vary. But the trajectory is unmistakable. Every month, the tools improve. Every update pushes the quality ceiling higher and the learning curve lower. And the creators who are building their skills right now, learning to prompt effectively, understanding the strengths and limitations of each tool, developing their creative voice within this new medium, those are the creators who will be positioned to tell the most powerful stories when the technology reaches full maturity. Which, based on everything we are seeing, is not far away. So where does this go from here? What does the AI film studio look like in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? The honest answer is that the pace of development makes confident prediction almost impossible. But the direction is clear. We are moving toward a world in which the creation of visual storytelling is no longer constrained by budget, geography, or access to a professional crew. In which a single person with a vision can produce a film that rivals the technical quality of a studio production. In which creators from every language, every culture, and every corner of the world can tell their stories without needing permission from a gatekeeping industry. This raises profound questions. Questions about authenticity and authorship. Questions about the livelihoods of the many craftspeople who have built careers in traditional film production. Questions about how audiences will evaluate and trust what they see on screen. These questions matter, and the conversation around them is essential. But they do not diminish the magnitude of the creative opportunity that is opening. If anything, they make it more important to engage with these tools thoughtfully and deliberately, to use them in service of genuine human expression, not in replacement of it. The ultimate AI film studio is not a building. It is not a company. It is a set of tools, available to anyone, that transforms the ancient human impulse to tell a story into something that can be seen, heard, and felt by audiences anywhere in the world. That has always been what film was for. AI is simply making it possible for everyone. We started this video with a question. What if the story in your head did not have to stay there? Today, for the first time in the history of cinema, the answer to that question is a clear and resounding. It does not have to. The tools are here. The quality is real. The barrier is lower than it has ever been. What remains is the one thing no AI can generate for you: your story, your voice, your vision. So if there is a film you have always wanted to make, a documentary you have wanted to create, a story you have been carrying around for years waiting for the right moment, this is the moment. The studio is open. It is waiting for you. If you found this video valuable, take a second to like it. It helps more creators find this content. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of where AI and storytelling are heading next. And leave a comment telling us what kind of film or story you would create if you had a full AI studio at your fingertips. We read every single one. The future of cinema is not coming. It is already here. And it belongs to anyone brave enough to press record.